There's more than one way to get to the moon. This affects trip times too. Since the planet's earliest days, the moon has been one of man's deepest inspirations, and many have had the dream of traveling there. In the 1960s, a few highly trained, extremely fortunate men actually did it. They got there in a rocket paired with a lunar landing vehicle. The trip on the rocket represented man's highest levels of technology and fastest speeds. But what if things were different? How long does it take to get to the moon for a person using alternate forms of transportation such as driving their minivan, taking a bicycle or floating in a hot air balloon? We've got the details, and the knowledge is fascinating. First, let's talk about the trip. Currently, a spacecraft-driven trip to the moon takes about 3 to 5 days from launch to landing. That includes the time to travel the entire 240,000 miles, a length which can vary based on the specific path that the Earth-based flight crews choose for a particular expedition. The trip length can vary for a couple of other reasons too. Sometimes, mission specialists determine that they need to use a specific type of spacecraft with a different speed that would slow the trip by quite a bit. For example, in 2003, a trip was initiated that took 1 year, 1 month, and 2 days. It remains the most fuel-efficient trip to the moon to date. Taking a minivan to the moon. So, let's pretend for a minute that it was possible to drive to the moon, say, in a minivan. Sure, it would be the ultimate road trip, but how long would it take? Astronomer Fred Hoyle pointed out that at 60 miles per hour it would take about an hour to drive out of the Earth's atmosphere. After leaving the Earth's atmosphere, drivers would need to settle in for the long haul. The trip is approximately 10 times the distance of the circumference around the Earth. It would be like driving around the world 10 times. Not quick or easy, but it makes for a fascinating journey. Bicycling to the moon. If you want to take a trip to the moon by bicycle, things get a lot longer. If a light bicycle pace is considered to be 10 miles per hour, it is pretty easy to do the math and compare a two-wheeled trip to an auto trip. Everything multiplies by a factor of 6. 6 hours to exit the atmosphere and 6 times as long to get to the ultimate destination. Keep in mind, the speed would be different depending on the cyclist. Lance Armstrong's trip would almost certainly be faster than a lot of others. How about a hot air balloon? It is a beautiful thing to imagine a hot air balloon trip to the moon. Sure, it is as impossible as any of these other scenarios, but imagining a hot air balloon high above the clouds or in the stars isn't a bad way to while away some time. How long would it take? Hot air balloons travel about as fast as an average cyclist. So, about 5 miles per hour. Wind conditions can affect this too. So, if you really want to think about the length of time, compare this trip's duration to a cyclist's timing, and you'd be set. If you like this video, and let's face it, of course you do, please hit the like button and subscribe for more fun videos like this from Subtle Facts.